What's happening, everybody? So today is the first start of October, and so far we are starting off on a good foot, but very skeptical about that. I'll get into that later, but we're going to be talking about Verasity here in a minute. But first off, let's look at the top 5 in crypto right now. We have Bitcoin at number 1, which is currently up 10% on the 24 hour at 47,000. We just had a very nice short squeeze. We also have Ethereum at number 2 at 3,200, finally came out of that 2,900 down slump. And then we also have Cardano ADA at $2.24. We have Binance at $415, and then we have Tether at $1, of course, and then we have XRP that just got into the dollar range as well. So pretty much right now, guys, we are having a very nice movement forward in Bitcoin. This is going to be very controversial, and I'm going to get into that later on because I honestly believe that we may possibly see some more downside. Not a lot more downside, but enough to kind of alarm a few people and provide buying opportunities for people who want to buy the dip. Sorry about my cat's butt in your face. So right here, as you can see right here, William Clemente, who is a very great analyst, has said 47 million of Bitcoin shorts have been liquidated in the last hour. Say hello to the supply shock. So this is a very bullish post right here, and I can definitely see it going both ways right now. I can see this as being a bear trap, and I mean not bear trap. I can see this as being a bull trap, but I could also see this as being a complete, just straightforward bulls just took over. Let's go to 100K. So with that being said, there's definitely a lot to look into here, but let's continue on to Verasity really quick before we talk any more about Bitcoin. So just a few hours ago, this whale stats tracker just released that 759.1 million VRA, which is $25 million worth of VRA, has recently been burned. It posted all 3 of the transactions for proof, and here are the transactions right here. Here's one of the transactions. You can see right here, as you can see, the 297 million VRA was sent, which was $7 million worth of VRA tokens. And then as you can see down here, this wallet now holds 0 Verasity. The wallet holds 0 Verasity. So with that being said, this could possibly be some of the tokens that were supposed to be burned. And at the same time, some people are saying these are POV tokens and that it's nothing. But until we get confirmation from Verasity and RJ Mark, then we can't really make assumptions. But this is very bullish. So I'm definitely looking at Verasity with a lot of optimism right now. I can definitely see some very great things happening in Q4 because we have a lot of good news coming. So that's definitely something to watch out for as well. And we have other things that have recently happened, like the patent news, and then basically Verasity coming out and Mark just saying that like pretty much Verasity has a monopoly going on right now, which is a very great thing because they have complete control of this space with the patents that they have just recently released, which is very awesome in its own. And I'm definitely seeing this going the long term, guys. Like, this is a long-term hold. I know a lot of people are waiting for $1, but honestly, you don't want to be the person that waited for the $1 and then a year or so later come to find out that it goes to $10 or $20, maybe even $50, you know what I mean? So this is definitely something to watch out for, but as always, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice, but I just wanted to put that out there. All right, guys, so let's check this out really quick. So right now, we are going to do a little math here. We're going to use the actual current circulating supply instead of the max supply. So we're going to go to it not 4.5, typing in 4.47 billion on here. All right, so we're going to type in 4.47 billion, and we are going to subtract that by the amount of tokens that were supposedly burned. That would put us at a current state of 4.1 billion. And that's just to say, let's say there's way more that's planning to be burned in the near future later on this year or into next year, then this could definitely get very interesting because as you see, if I hit enter again and that same amount gets taken away, that brings us all the way into the 3 billion mark. And then if it should happen again, which I'm not sure, may or may not happen, then that would bring us to like 3.5. But anyways, guys, this is definitely something to take into account and look into, because along with these tokens being burned, there's also people that are staking, who are staking for the long term, like myself, and who don't plan on pulling this out for another 5 years, 3 years. So that's also supply that technically isn't circulating, because it's not going to be moving anytime soon. So this is definitely something to take into account with Verasity. So this number that they have here on coin market cap may not be completely true, because there's a lot of different factors to take into account. So that's definitely going to improve price in the future, in my opinion. Not to mention, there was also recently a post that showed that Verasity was in the wallets of some top ETH whales, and they had very, very large amounts of it. And as we all know, whales usually go the long game. So those are also possibilities. They may not even be staking it. They may just be holding it for the long term and just don't plan on selling it until they see in what direction Verasity is going, which in my personal opinion is up. But anyways, guys, so let's check out the current price of Verasity right now. We are up 19% at 3 cents, and heading towards that 0.036 resistance that we were previously at before. So it's going to be very interesting to see if we can push towards that level, if Bitcoin continues to rise up and bring everything with it. So with that being said, right now we have a current market cap of 153 million. We're up 19% as well. And we also have a 24-hour dollar volume of $49 million, up 47%, which is very, very interesting. And we are currently sitting at rank 300 flat with 138,395 people who've added this to their watch list on CoinMarketCap. The number here on this watch list is just steadily climbing, and that's very, very bullish. So just really quick before I get into any chart talk with Verasity, I wanted to talk about this really quick with Bitcoin, as I mentioned earlier on in the video. So as you can see right now, we are hovering around the $47,000 range, and we are currently up 9%. So what I'm currently thinking may possibly happen with this right here is that this may be a bull trap still, in my personal opinion. I'm not trying to be a bear. I'm not a bear at all. I'm very bullish, but I also like to take advantage of possible opportunities, and the risk to reward here is very, very great if you think about it. So if this is a bull trap and then we pull right back down towards the $40,000 range, the greed and fear index is going to go from 20 way below 20, at least to a 15, guys. And with that being said, we're going to see everything go down with it, and the alts may fall a bit harder. So if the alts fall a bit harder, we may have another opportunity to load some more Verasity up with all this bad news that's been coming out recently. And I know we've just had some good news with the Fed, with Jerome Powell basically saying they don't plan to ban Bitcoin from the US, but we still have to take other countries into account, because as we see that China news also had a very, very negative effect on crypto. So as you can see here, I'm honestly looking at this, because if Bitcoin can cross 48,000, then that's just completely bullish in my opinion, and I don't see it falling very, very far below back towards 40 at that point. But if we can't cross that level, I'm still seeing that there's a possibility that we may go back down to the $43,000 range to $40,000 range. And if that happens, a lot of people are going to start getting shooken out, because that's going to trigger off a lot of alarms in the heads of many as to where Bitcoin is going. And as you can see here, I was actually looking at this recently. Back in 2017 to 2018, it's kind of mirroring this area here. So I'm definitely keeping an eye on that, but we also have a lot more adoption and a lot more things going on right now than we did back here. So I'm also not taking this area here, this downtrend, and then into here. I'm not taking that into any account. I'm just looking at this here. So with that being said, this is definitely something to take into account as well, because I like to take advantage of opportunities, and pretty much what I'm doing here is I don't have a whole lot of funds on the side, but I have enough to the point where if we have a serious dip or black swan event, I can take full advantage of that and then load even more Verasity and other tokens that I'm currently watching. And I just wanted to put that out there for you guys to take into account for yourselves if you guys were interested in hearing what I'm personally doing. As you know, this isn't financial advice, but let's continue on here and look at the Verasity chart. All right, guys, so this is currently what I'm looking at with Verasity right now. As you can see right here, we've been riding this trend line very, very nicely. We broke out up here, and then we went way above the trend line in a very bullish notion, hit about 0.047, and then that's whenever we had all the FUD and downtrend in the market, and we dipped way below the trend line here. As you can see right here, we dipped, not way below, but we dipped enough below to set off some alarms in some people, because I did see a decent amount of selling, which is very unfortunate. But as you can see here, the buying picked right back up, and we were right back on that trend line. And as I said before, if Bitcoin can continue to move up, and pretty much the market in general just has like good news coming out about it, and there's nothing too bad as far as regulation goes with the infrastructure bill and stuff like that, then we should be able to continue moving. And the next level I see that us hitting is about 0.039, and we'll have just a little bit of resistance around there. But after we cross that mark, if everything continues in a bullish notion, then there is little to no resistance between 0.039, which is basically 4 cents, and about our all-time previous high of 5 cents. So there's basically like little to no resistance between that level. So I definitely see us hitting that if everything goes in a bullish direction as far as that goes. And then from there, the next area of resistance should be around 8 cents if we see a launch from there, which I'm very, very highly anticipating that to happen in the near future. It's, in my personal opinion, it's going to happen. It's just a matter of when. But as far as a bearish scenario goes with this, the most bearish scenario I can see going with Verasity with all of this news, because as we've seen before, Verasity actually held its weight during that downtrend. It didn't go down as far as many other projects have, and it's because there's so much behind it, and there's just so much holding it up, guys. Like, there's a lot of people that have very, very they're highly convicted on this one, as well as myself. So as you can see here, I have this red line right here. This red line is basically showing we should fall back down to the 0.027 range if we were to see a dip back to previous levels, and that would be a very, very great buying opportunity for many, in my personal opinion. And if we go anywhere below that, then I'm pretty sure that means Bitcoin's probably headed into the 30-something thousand range, and that's just another buying opportunity in my personal opinion, guys. But anyways, there's definitely a lot to watch out for in Verasity right now. There's so much going on. We have a possible very, very big announcement coming on Monday that was mentioned, and we have other things down the forefront as well, like the roadmap with the Vera wallet for the mobile, and we also have other things like Esports Fight Club and things like that, and announcements with partnerships and things like that to watch out for. And we also have this patent that we are also watching out for as well, because I really want to see these proof of view patent be put to use, guys. It's going to be very, very interesting to watch unfold in the future. I'm definitely excited for Verasity as a crypto project, and I believe that it is going to make some very, very big changes in the crypto space and world in general, guys. As you've seen before in my last video, I honestly believe that Verasity can be used for many other things other than crypto. If you guys haven't seen that, I have a whole Verasity playlist that you guys can go ahead and watch. But anyways, guys, that's all I've got for today's video. If you like my content, please think about leaving a comment down below, and with any criticisms or anything like that, leave a like, because the algorithm likes that as well. But anyways, guys, I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay safe.